HelloIrlandia, the Polish show on 103.2 Dublin City FM. Join HelloIrlandia every Thursday at 8:30 to listen to the best of Polish music and community stories in Polish. HelloIrlandia w 103 i 2 Dublin City FM. Nasz głos na Zielonej Wyspie. Hello everyone, welcome to HelloIrlandia. We've got today a special guest, Roland Beck, a Buddhist teacher.
Hi, nice to meet you and thanks for having me on the show today.
When did you start meditating and when it became part of your life?
So I started meditating in the year 2000 when I was living in Canada, and it was at that time that I met my teacher. And basically from the first day that I met him, I was able to understand the importance of meditation to my life, and then I started practicing regularly. So from 2000 until today, I guess it's been 17 years.
Having such a long experience meditating and actually learning a lot about Buddhism, how would you define meditation? What are the most significant benefits of meditation?
For me, the most significant benefits of meditation is that in Buddhist meditation, what you're actually training is your awareness. The whole point of meditation is not to leave the benefit of that awareness training on the meditation cushion, but the whole point is to actually carry it into daily life with you. So what really prevents us from being happy are our disturbing emotions. And those disturbing emotions arise in family situations with your partner or with your children. Those disturbing emotions arise in the workplace, in daily life. And unless we have trained our awareness ahead of time through the meditation, we actually can't be aware that those disturbing emotions are arising. And if you are not aware that they're arising, you can't deal with them. They just manifest. There's a kind of a stimulus, and then automatically there's a reaction. You know, your partner is upsetting you, or your boss is being mean to you, or there's a stressful situation in your daily life. If you haven't trained your awareness, you automatically go off. The disturbing emotion automatically manifests as a negative reaction. And so you're actually caught on a kind of a wheel of suffering, a kind of a wheel of unhappiness. And the way we break that as Buddhists is we train our awareness. So the meditation allows you to train your awareness, and through the awareness on the meditation cushion, you bring that awareness into daily life, and you use that state of awareness to actually feel those disturbing emotions coming up, and that way you can actually deal with them more constructively. You don't have to let them play out. You can actually intervene and use your body, use your speech, use your mind in a different way, in a more constructive way than letting that disturbing emotion play out. So for me, the meditation is training and awareness, and then using the awareness when you're off the meditation cushion.
I would like to ask you, what does meditation do for you? How it works? Could you give us some example?
Absolutely. So I'm not a champion meditator by any means. I fall down at least as often as I succeed in terms of applying meditation. But what I have been able to do is in my personal life, in my relationships with my ex-wife, for instance, or with my children, because of that state of mind I'm able to cultivate on the meditation cushion. If I do get into situations where those disturbing emotions are coming up, I'm able to manage them much better. I'm able to have better conversations with my ex-wife. I'm able to stay calmer and reach better decisions as a result of that calmness. In the personal sphere, in the business sphere, the benefit is really that when I get setbacks, as a business executive, there's always setbacks. There's always complications. Because I meditate, I can feel that over time I'm able to handle those setbacks better, more effectively. I don't take them personally anymore, or I take them less personally. And the stability in my mind, which is the outcome or the result of the meditation, helps me to make better decisions. So when setbacks occur, I don't take them as personally. And because I'm calmer, I can make better decisions. I can achieve better outcomes as a result of the mindfulness training.
Roland, can you discuss what actually mantras are in general?
I think quite a few different Eastern philosophies use mantras, but in a Buddhist context, a mantra, it's a recitation. So it's actually the repetition of certain words, which were given actually by the Buddha to the Buddhist followers, to his practitioners. We use them for many different reasons, but one of the most practical applications of mantras is that they help you in moments of really peak stress to overcome disturbing emotions. So most of us don't use our speech very wisely. So when we're upset, we use our speech to lash out and attack people when we are upset. So we actually do a lot of damage to ourselves and to others through unwise use of our speech. And what a mantra can do is, if you are too busy saying a mantra, if somebody upsets you and you're about to set off on them and use your speech unwisely and actually aggravate and exacerbate the situation, you can actually block this unwise use of speech by using a mantra. So instead of using your voice to hurt and to emphasize a negative situation and plant more negative seeds, more negative karma, you can actually, in your mind or just very quietly underneath your breath, you can actually recite a mantra, and it literally blocks the ability for you to use your speech unwisely. You cannot say two things at the same time. So if you're busy thinking about a mantra, or if you're busy actually saying a mantra quietly under your breath, you cannot use your thoughts or you cannot use your speech for negative outcomes. So it's a tool given to us by the Buddha, which allows us to regulate our behavior in negative situations. You actually start to recite the mantra, and it actually blocks the possibility of using your speech or your mind for a negative outcome. So it's a tool, it's a very useful tool given by the Buddha to manage our behavior, and when we do that, we only plant good seeds in our mind and we achieve good outcomes.
Roland, is there any mantra you could recommend to our listeners?
So a really nice mantra given by Buddha is called the mantra of Chenrezi, and it's Om Mani Padme Hung. Om Mani Padme Hung, Om Mani Padme Hung. And for those of you who maybe have traveled to the East or who have studied a bit of Eastern philosophy or sociology or ethnography, if you go to northern India, if you go to Nepal, if you go to Tibet, you see mantras carved into stones, and you see monks and nuns in monasteries reciting mantras. And the mantra that they most often recite is this Om Mani Padme Hung, and it is the mantra of compassion. And compassion is really kind of the basic building block of Buddhism. It's compassion for yourself, and it's compassion for all other beings. And every time you repeat this mantra, Om Mani Padme Hung, you're awakening compassion. And compassion is what we need to overcome the suffering which we all experience.
What do you think the world needs today?
What does the world need today? I would say maybe a bit more calmness and a bit more mindfulness. It seems like we're all going crazy. If you look at the political situation, the social situation, the economic situation in many countries, what you see is people getting more and more agitated. And that expresses itself in increasing cycles of violence. It expresses itself in increasing levels of sort of separation and confusion. And unless we're mindful as individuals and we can bring back some kind of calmness to the whole discourse, to the whole way that society and politics and the economy is going, I think we're going to wind up potentially in a very bad place. So, I can't affect global politics. I can't affect an entire society. But through mindfulness and through calming my own disturbing emotions, I can at least affect my little part of it. And, society or economy is actually nothing more than the sum of all the energy that we put into it. So if I take responsibility for my own mind, if I practice mindfulness and I practice compassion and I bring something good into the world, some bit of clarity into the world as a result of my mindfulness, if enough people are doing that, the whole value of the outcome, the whole outcome itself changes, because society is nothing more than the collective, the sum of collective and individual decisions. So look after your own mind, try to benefit others and yourself through good behavior, through compassion, through wisdom. And that's how I think we can ultimately affect society and the outcome of the future.
What is your impression of Ireland, being in here and going to see the beautiful landscape? Well,
you actually just used exactly the right words. It's, for me, Ireland is always an experience of beauty. I love the Irish people. I love the sense of humor of the Irish. I love the countryside. I feel at home here. It's a very gentle, I feel a lot of gentleness in the people, in the landscape, in the country. And it's an amazing, beautiful country. So I'm always feeling good when I'm in Ireland. So it's nice to be here.
Roland, thank you so much for sharing your knowledge with HelloIrlandia listeners.
It's been a great pleasure. Thanks to you.